Hey guys! Okay, I'm going to attempt to show you guys how I make my living room garland, which I haven't made yet, obviously. And so we'll see how this goes. You guys know I don't know how to edit, so you'll have to bear with me. This could be really long. So the supplies that I have two of these 9-foot non-lit garland from Walmart. And then I have two of the champagne and berry sprays from Joann's. I also have two of the iced berry sprays. These both are in champagne color. I got two of those from Joann's. I also have a bag of pine cones here, which I'm not sure if I'm going to be using. Some of these items, I'm just kind of getting the items that are like colors out of my stash, and I don't know exactly what I'll be using, what I won't. I have two of these glass pine cone ornaments that I got from Holler in the brown, and then I have one in the champagne, which I love. I may just hang that on my tree. I'm not sure. Then I have two of these from the Dollar Tree. I think I got those a couple of years ago. Then I also have the star from the Dollar Tree. I got this pack of ornaments from Holler. I got it for the brown, so I wouldn't be using that burnt color, just the brown. Then I have two partial packs of these champagne ornaments from the Dollar Tree. I have a few in that size. Then I have like 6 in that size. Then I have a brand new one with those. I have some pipe cleaners. I have some of these branch tie things. I have some floral wire and my Coke and my Tim Holtz scissors, which I use for everything. Let's see, did I get everything? I think that is everything. Now, excuse the dogs. You're probably going to hear lots of dogs in this video. I apologize. Now, I'm not planning on putting lights in this particular garland because I had a brand new box of lights and the darn thing, I plugged it in, it doesn't work. So anyway, I have to go exchange those, and so I'm just going to leave this garland unlit for now. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove all the tags. Okay, so I removed all the tags. The only items that I didn't remove the tags from was the ice berry garland because I don't want the ice chips to go everywhere, so I'm going to do that when I'm ready for it. So now I'm going to be unwrapping the garland. I'm going to be using two on top of each other so that it's more full. Okay, I have a box off to the side that I'm setting my stuff. Now this is going to make a mess. I don't really care about this tablecloth because this is the last year that I'm using it, and I'm not hosting this year, so people aren't even coming over except for my mom and my brother. So as I've used this tablecloth as my workspace, it's gotten nicks in it and rips and, you know, all kinds of stuff. But if the tablecloth you have on your table is the one that you're going to be hosting with, I suggest putting a different one on or using another table, because this will get messy. Now, I'm not going to be like totally fluffing this one, because this one's going to be the bottom. So I'm just kind of spreading it out to where the branches will be going from side to side, so that I can lay the other garland on top of it. I've made the mistake in my past garlands where I fluffed the bottom one, and then it just made it more difficult to lay the other one on top. So I'm just kind of spacing it out. It doesn't really matter. It's not, you know, that crucial. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this with this whole first garland, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm all done flattening this out. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. And this next one, we're going to undo, and it's going to go right on top. Now, I am going to be spacing this one out as well. And I don't use hot glue or anything permanent on my stuff because I want to be able to change it up from year to year. So I use the pipe cleaner, the ties, and then I use the branches themselves just to attach. So I'm going to go ahead and space this one out as well. And again, I'm not going to fluff it all the way because my ice berry garland is going to actually go on top of this. So I'm just going to try and space them out, make sure all the branches have been touched and separated, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and spread all these branches out, and then I just laid it exactly on top of the bottom one. And it is wired, so you can bend it and form it, you know, to match exactly. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take like the existing branches, one from the bottom and one from the top, and I'm just going to crisscross it. Just real easy, just to keep it in place. And I'm just going to go like every, I don't know, every 8 to 10 inches or so maybe, and do the same thing. Just take a branch from the top and a branch from the bottom and just crisscross it. And go through your whole garland and do that. Okay, so I'm done doing that, and now I'm going to go ahead and I don't know if I'm going to fluff it a little bit more, or I think I may put the berry garland on before I fluff it. I've never used a berry garland or like added another garland into an existing garland before, so this will be new for me. So I'm going to go ahead and unwrap it and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I got it unwrapped. I wanted to be really careful with it because I don't want all the ice chips to fall off. So, let's see. I'm just going to kind of bend it to match the form of this garland and lay it on top for now. And let's see. Okay, so I'm going to match it up with the end there and then kind of move some of these branches to tie it in, if that makes sense, because we kind of want it to look natural. So I'm going to go ahead and just tie a branch every so often, just like we did with the with the greenery garland. Okay, now I got one side in. I'm going to go ahead and unwrap the next berry garland and do the same thing. Okay, so I went ahead and attached it with the branches. Now it did overlap a little bit in the middle, which is okay, because that should be in the middle of the doorway, so I'll show you guys when it comes time to hang it up. Okay, so now that we've got the berry branches attached, now is when I'm going to want to fluff the other branches. Now, you can tie more if you want to cover up more of the brown, in the event that you have a garland that's similar to this with the brown. Or if you like the brown peeking through, you can leave it like that. Now, these berries and stuff, they will actually bend. They're not wired, or if they are, it's a very soft wire in the middle, but you can shape them how you like. So I'll be doing that as I go. So I'm just going to go through and fluff the greenery, moving it in different directions, but being careful not to untie the ties that I did when I was strapping the garlands together. So I'm going to go through and just fluff the whole thing. Okay, so I went through the whole thing. That was probably the most time-consuming process. So as you see, what I did is I kind of just weaved it in there, but I also spread these out and moved them in different directions to kind of make it look a little more natural. And then I also fluffed out the greenery. Now, I did do some more tie-ins so that it would cover more the brown stem of the berry garland. But I do like the brown peeking in since I'm going to be using these. Let me see. they're sticking to each other. These berry sprays that I showed you guys. Yeah, these right here. And what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to cut these up or take off this, you know, this floral stuff and just use them individually in there. Because I just bought the two to kind of complement, you know, what's already on there. And depending on how this turns out, I may or may not even end up using the ornaments because it may look nice enough without them. So I don't know. I'm very new to making garlands. This year is the first time I've ever made one. So this is my what? My third? Yeah, my third garland that I've ever made. So it's kind of trial and error. It's definitely not going to be perfect, but I'm just looking to add a little touch of something extra in my living room this year. So I'm going to pause you while I get this brown floral tape stuff off so that we can start putting these in. Well, I guess I took that brown tape off for nothing pretty much because it still has this thing on it. So I am going to end up just clipping these off. So depending on, you know, what you're using, you may or may not need to unwrap. I think my husband's going to have to cut these, or I need some wire cutters. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so I got those all clipped. I just did one bunch for now. So what I'm going to do is just sporadically place them in wherever I think it needs a little something more. And let's see here. I can go where there were, you know, where I had already crisscrossed the branches. I can do it there so it'll stay put. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? So, yeah, I'm not going to permanently attach them. I'm just going to go ahead and put them sporadically through the garland. And then I will be back. Okay, so I did put them, let me take it off my thing here, my tripod. So I just used the one bunch and I put 3 on each side, just sporadically there. And I may end up using the whole second bunch on the top. I'm not sure, like on the part that'll go over the entry of the doorway. I think I'm going to wait to hang it to see what I'm going to do there. Okay, now I opened up this pack of the rose gold ornaments. I took the glitter ones out of there and the shiny ones. And I am thinking that I may just put, oh, you guys can't even see, like I may end up using the ties or the pipe cleaners and just putting one sporadically here and there. I'm not sure. I usually do groups of 3, but I think that having a big, like a bunch, like 2 or 3 balls together will be a little bit much. I think I should do like single ones, like randomly. Does that make sense? Anyway, let me see. I think I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to use these green pipe cleaners and just cut them like into thirds so that hopefully they won't be seen. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'm going to cut them into thirds and then see about sporadically attaching some ornament balls. And then I think what I'll also do, there was only 2 of the brown pine cone in that pack. So I think I'll end up using those 2 as well in the same manner. And I don't know if I'm going to use those glass ornaments or not. We'll see. I'm going to start with these, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I haven't put all of them on. I just put 2, and I'm trying to do the same thing on each side. So I started with 1 glitter ball And then I did one of the brown pine cones here, and then I did one of the shiny ornaments, and on the other side I have the glitter and the shiny, and I'm going to put on the pine cone. And I'm just using 1/3 of the pipe cleaner and just feeding it through there. And then I'm literally just taking it and attaching it to one of the garland branches, or, you know, the stem, one of the bases of the garland is what I'm attaching it to. And I'm just twisting it like that a couple times on the back. Okay, so I went ahead and attached those. Now, I'm up in the air as to whether I'm going to put some of these small ones on here. I don't know if they match exactly. They're like a gold, whereas the rest of the stuff is champagne, but if it's separated enough, I don't know that you'd be able to tell. But I don't know what I'm going to do. You guys, I can be a bit of a perfectionist, for those of you who don't know that yet. And sometimes it takes me forever to decorate or to make things because I constantly am like trying this, trying that, and seeing what I like. So I like it so far, but I'm still not sure whether I'm going to put, you know, these on here because they are glass. Now, if I do put them on here, I would put them on in the same manner where I would feed it through here and I would attach it probably to one of the thick bases of the garland itself. I would probably use a longer pipe cleaner, like maybe cut the pipe cleaner in half. So I'm thinking about putting 2 of these. I think I have 2, yeah. The 2 brown, I'm thinking about putting those at the top because I'll show you guys the top in a minute. Where the 2 berry branches overlap, there's quite a bit going on up there because they do overlap. So it's like double the, you know, the berries and the ice and all that. So I'm thinking about maybe putting one on each side flanking that area, which should hang above the doorway. But I think I'm going to need to get it up on there first to kind of see where I want it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I do have 2 command strips that I bought. So these ones, they're 2-pound ones, so hopefully with 2 of those it should be fine. Because that was all I got was 2. It's not real heavy at all. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do is have my husband come in and help me and try and figure out the placement of it. Then I'm going to have to take it back down to see if I want to add those, the glass ornaments. And then I'll show you guys where I'm at. Alright, you guys, my phone is about to die, of course. Anyway, I wanted to show you, I hung it up. The ends, though, I don't know what I'm doing with yet. I'm not too sure. I was thinking I might put those big pine cones on each end to kind of cover that, but I have no clue. But I did end up using that second spray of berries, and I just did the 2 command hooks, and then I attached the star in the middle, and yeah, that is what I did. So I do like it. I'm just not sure. Oh, look at my phone's about to die. Okay, I will take a picture of the finished product and put that on the top of the video. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.